call this recess meeting of the Board of Aldermen to order in the mayor's absence. I apologize, you folks have to put up with me. Heather, could you call the roll?
Alderman Borman.
Here.
Alderman Lee.
Here.
Alderman Magley.
Here.
Alderman Rogers.
Here.
Alderman Morath. Here. Alderman Wilkins.
And join the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3 is swearing in a new part-time police officer.
As it should be. I'd like to get Brian Delaney sworn in this evening as part-time officer. I'll have him stand up in just a moment and introduce himself to you, tell you a little bit about where he's from. I think it'd be a good addition to the police department, and we have an opening, and I'm trying to lay out my track for when Joe Bellamy goes overseas. I don't have experience in downtime. So, Brian, why don't you stand up and introduce yourself to him, please?
My name is Brian Delaney. I grew up in the Moberly area, live there currently. I graduated the Law Enforcement Training Center of Moberly in 2007. Worked for the Camden County Sheriff's Department, the Randolph County Sheriff's Department, and Huntsville Police Department since then. Heard about an opening, came down to talk to Chief, and I think I'll make a good fit as much as he thinks I'll make a good fit, so I'm looking forward to getting started.
So I ask for a motion to appoint Brian Delaney as part-time police officer. Is that how it works, Sarah?
You appoint him and then someone approves your appointment.
So I would like to appoint Brian Delaney as part-time police officer to Centralia Police Department.
So move.
Quicker.
Thank you.
Oh, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I have the oath of office.
That's it, unanimous.
You can raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I, Brian Delaney,
I, Brian Delaney,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Missouri
and the Constitution of the State of Missouri
and the ordinances of the City of Centralia,
and the ordinances of the City of Centralia,
and that I will faithfully demean myself
and that I will faithfully demean myself
in the office of part-time police officer
in the office of part-time police officer
of said city to the best of my ability,
of said city to the best of my ability,
according to law, so help me God.
according to law, so help me God.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all very kindly. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Item number 4 would be comments from citizens. Are there any citizens who would like to make a comment about this meeting?
I've got one. I would like to thank the council for helping us on the pool project, improving the financing. Last fall, we're nearly complete. We still have to do the parking lot and a few little punch list items, but things are going really well. We still have a few hiccups, but for the most part, everything's going really, really well. We're having great crowds, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback from our patrons. So I really do appreciate you guys going out on a limb a little bit and allowing us to do that. And I would also like to thank the other guys that are working for the city, both the water department, the electric department, street department, for coming in and the things that we've had to have help with, them pitching in and helping. I mean, we couldn't have done it without everybody pitching in, so I do appreciate it.
We need him to state his name for the record.
Oh, that's.
You got it?
Yeah.
Any other comments? Hearing none, I'll close that section. Item 4, action agenda. Finance is none still.
Correct.
Permits and licensing none still. Legal none.
Correct.
Item D, purchasing. Accepting the bid for a pickup truck for the electric car.
I didn't hear back from Brad Forrest, and I forgot to call him until the end of the day. So what you have in front of you is a printout of the bid that what he told me today was that $600 over the state bid price is what he could provide the product for. I'm trying to turn on put it in the overhead so you can see the cost to purchase from the lowest purchase price anywhere is from the Shawnee Mission Ford still. If you assume about $40 an hour labor and benefits for 2 men from the electric department to go down, you absolutely have to have 2 people because somebody has to drive the other truck back. And then you have the cost of the city truck, the city truck that they drove in, going there and back, and the new truck coming back. Those are the travel costs. So trying to get this open. Okay. That's not it. Unfortunately, it always switches it over to the all right. So the very lowest cost is still going to Shawnee Mission Ford. If it is important to the board to buy somewhere in Boone County, that would be the best versus the best local price. I think it's fair to include those travel costs. They may not be absolutely perfect, so if we eliminate that column. So that's the differences in the best price versus the best price with travel included and the best local price. The difference between purchasing the vehicle from Forest Chevrolet versus Shawnee Mission Ford, if you accept those travel costs, would be $766.95. The difference between purchasing from Forest Chevrolet versus Joe Mawkins Ford, which is the best price in Boone County, would be about $345.30 if you accept the travel costs. And then the rest kind of goes from there. We have made it our standard operating procedure to buy from Forest Chevrolet unless the difference was exorbitant. So based on past practice, I would suggest that we go ahead and purchase the truck from Forest Chevrolet. I do not have a problem if the board wants to go another way either. It's still a cheaper price. All prices are below the budget. So we just need to, since one of the reasons we recessed this meeting is so that we would have a full board to make a decision such as this.
All right. Well, when we support our chamber and credit groups, and they in turn spend time and effort on campaigns to purchase with a purpose, it would be difficult for me to disregard, their efforts over $766. So I'm in agreement with you. But I would listen to other comments too.
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid from Ford Chevrolet.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the bid from Ford Chevrolet in the amount of $22,581. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, old business, recommendations to review zoning code regarding sign permits.
You. Nick? If we're gonna make any other purchases, it's best to do it during the full board meeting. That's in terms of editing the agenda.
So, Chief? We have edited our agenda.
Sorry.
Item 2 under purchasing.
Oh, I didn't get that on
I guess
I have a printed.
no,
I'd like for you to give consideration, have an opportunity through the patrol to use a vehicle. It's a 2013 Ford police vehicle. It's an ATV style, Ford Explorer, whatever you call those things.
SUV.
SUV, yes, it is an SUV. It is an all-wheel drive. And it's available, those things are in pretty high demand through the patrol. But we found one, it's 2013, when we first started talking about budgets a while back. I think we put 16 or 16.5 in the budget for a police vehicle. Okay, well, this is a 2013 SUV. It's going to come in just a touch higher at 17.5. I was hoping to get a call today that there was some hail damage on it, but so far no call. That's where we are at 17.5. Now, what inspired this at this time was, one, the vehicle is available. Two, we budgeted money for just this very purpose. And here's my thinking. We're gonna take that white Dodge pickup. It's we've had Bob Bias has been driving it. It's a four-wheel drive as well. I'd like to move that to parks. It should take them in the next several years. Vehicle's fine, it's got good tires on it, it's an all-wheel drive vehicle. It should serve for Coach Bennett Parks. We went and looked at the pool the other day, he drove up. I don't know how that pickup driver makes it from one end of town to the other. But then Steve Booker's driving that old Mr. Farmer's van. How that thing makes it from one end of town to the other with all Steve's dog and pony show in it is a mystery to me. So, if we look at the whole board instead of just the next move, be able to take care of parks, slide that vehicle over to Coach Bennett, and he knows if we catch a real bad snowstorm, I may commandeer it for a day or two, but we'll have Sandy's truck, four-wheel drive. This one we're getting is an all-wheel drive. And I've always got my personal pickup, which is a four-wheel drive. We can get around, and then we'll have that white Dodge truck too, that we could get around in if we absolutely had to. It's got an open bed on the back of that white Dodge truck. I think it's a 2001 or 2, I don't remember. It's got some miles on it, and we have a topper for the thing too, for the bed topper. I just think it makes sense. We can do this now. I believe that. If we miss the opportunity, we may be a while. It seems now, if you're going to buy a police vehicle from the patrol, you're going to buy a Dodge Charger, or you're going to buy one of these SUVs. Who would think it? Crown Vics are as gone as a dial telephone. So I'd like permission. I don't know how to make up that deficit other than to take it from the electric department, which Mark says would be good, and to go ahead and pull the trigger on this. I will tell you this. In the past, I've already had this conversation at my place. In the past, it seems we get these used vehicles and then it takes us 2 or 3 days to get it up and running, and then there's little equipment here and little equipment there, just needles you to death. What we can take out of that Dodge truck, we'll put in this 2013 Ford. No extra lights, no dog and pony show. What we've got, we're going to keep, period. I'm not going to put a custom luxury package in this. But one more thing, and I'll shut up, I promise. This particular vehicle was driven by a gaming lieutenant whom I know, and takes as good care of his vehicles as I do, if not better. That was why I started looking at it with a strong eye. I just think now's the time. So there you go. I would appreciate a vote so we can start down this road. Don't everybody speak at once.
If I may ask a question, and
Sure.
Earl is still here. Do you have an estimate of what it would cost to fix that transmission on that old yellow truck?
I'm gonna guess we could put a used one in for $700 to $800. A new one is gonna be higher than that. I mean, that's contingent on them being able to go to salvage and find one. The old truck is down, and, if we have to fix it, we'll fix it. But if you sold it now, you're probably basically gonna sell it for scrap.
Correct.
And then if we got Mark's truck, then the panel truck is still okay. We could sell, it might actually bring something that still operates.
Would the, and I don't remember the number, but Bob's old truck
Yes.
with the shell be an adequate replacement for that van? I realize you're gonna have the space in the back.
I don't really want to sell the van because Steve keeps all his tools in it, and it's easy to get in and out of. I would like to sell the 2 trucks. We need 3 trucks. Right now, we have 3 trucks, but one of them's out of commission. We have 3 trucks in the van. The van, he's got a propane, a generator in it, and all his tools, and if you try to get in and out of the shell, I probably would never use the shell, to be right on, we probably wouldn't. You try to get in and out of the shell, it's pretty inconvenient because he keeps virtually all of his tools in there. We don't typically keep anything in the shop, but we do have a white panel truck that we can sell. We need 3 pickups.
Got the service body on it.
Right, it's got the panel truck, may not be a good.
Yeah, I'm thinking panel van.
Right.
That would have been the one that we would have sold had the yellow
That
one
might be.
not clunked out on me up here on the square. And we hadn't fixed it, just basically because we knew we were gonna get a truck, you know. at
We had
some
planned
point
to
in
hand
time,
our-
Mark, what we were gonna
The
get.
truck that we purchased tonight, I hand mine down, and whenever we take delivery of that one from Forest. That has been the plan for a long time.
They've had the van and 3 trucks. For, now, Mr. Farmer, I think through Coach Enlow, the park inherited the van. And Jim drove probably all the time and Lou drive the pickup. When Steve came on, it was perfect because he puts all of his stuff in there. And like I said, he has a generator and we have to go out different places in the park and crawling in and out of the pickup. It's, like I said, I doubt we would ever put the shell on the truck.
We've got it though, if you ever
Yes.
need it.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know, I could entertain going to the park board and talking to them at our next meeting about helping to defray the cost of the purchase. That's not something we've budgeted, but typically speaking, what we've gotten is, you know, what's been handed down, and then we'd have something to sell. The unfortunate thing is the yellow truck is so deficient that you can't sell. In fact, at one time, we had another truck that the chief had given them a 4-wheel drive, and then it got stolen, I guess. Because
Oh, right.
They had 4 trucks at one, 4 trucks. at one time.
That truck did get stolen.
You know, and in the winter, for the most part, in the winter, the trucks stay parked. There'll be one truck that moves around in the summer, you know, they're in use all the time, so.
I just think it's a way for us to shed ourselves that old yellow truck, get rid of it. Go.
We're not gonna get anything for it, I mean,
$400 or $500, $1,000, $800.
Basically, we're scrap, you said.
And if we spent $700, $800 to put a transmission in, we may or may not get that much value out of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
still
you're
job.
probably- you're probably.
What year is that yellow truck?
But
Oh, and I think it's probably a 91 or 92, something like that. I don't know who, I suspect the street department had that before.
It was also a water department truck, it's that Chevy with V6.
I don't want to get too far off the issue at hand is replacing a police vehicle, and then the rest is trickled down to and you would have use for both trucks.
Yeah. The work, ideally, I mean, that truck would still be running when we got rid of the pound truck. It's,
The original, we put $1,600, we bought 2 trucks last year when we were supposed to buy, or 2 police vehicles last year when we were supposed to buy 1. When we went through so we budgeted $16,000 last year and spent $29,636. We budgeted $16,000 this year with the idea that we would save it if there was an emergency. The Bob's truck has been cost a lot in maintenance now. If we buy this vehicle, we would have to be pretty certain that with the addition of the Forest vehicle, that we can survive the rest of the year.
No doubt about it.
Even
No
if
doubt
one,
about it.
okay. Even if one goes down, you think you can
You
still?
let me worry about that at that time, but I'm telling you right now, one, I shouldn't have to beg. Two, you let me worry about getting by. We'll get by. This is it. And we wouldn't be doing this right now had this vehicle not come available and then be able to see the whole board.
I understand that they're acting on an opportunity, and the $1,500 difference for the truck versus the $16,000, that's immaterial. I mean,
Immaterial, thank you very kindly.
That part, it's I have 2 concerns. I think we could. Is we don't actually have the paperwork from the State Highway Patrol, so we don't know exactly how much we're paying.
I can tell you exactly what we're gonna pay, $17,500, period.
And that's a thing that auditors look for.
And you'll have it, I'll assure you, before you write a check, $17,500, you can write it down twice.
So if the board were to approve up to $17,500 for the replacement of, and I don't remember the vehicle number in the fleet,
825.
825 with a 2013 Ford SUV style police interceptor all-wheel drive.
Yeah, whatever that is, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would pass their muster. we have to keep the police
Yes.
department in vehicles, that's true.
Yes, thank you.
Everybody has to consider like annual budget though, because there are costs all across.
I do, or we'd be buying 3 of them. Questions? That's what I thought.
I'm guessing that you guys would get the yellow truck for the police department to sell.
No. For him to sell, not this guy.
General fund.
Whatever.
The general fund includes
Right.
police, fire, etc. You're different, you're separate.
Yeah.
Any comments from board members?
I do appreciate your consideration. I know I'm a hardball player. I know all I think about is the police department and policing. I get it.
I would entertain a motion if that's something you guys feel inclined to do.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to purchase a 2013 SUV from Highway Patrol surplus, I guess that's what it is.
And just highway patrol.
Highway Patrol.
Don't say surplus, that's not
Up to $17,500. That's kind of like, kind of motion you want that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you all very, very much.
Hey,
Thank
it
you.
wouldn't be rude if I had a football game going on.
Heather, for purposes of your, I learned this over the years.
Yeah.
I tried to be,
No.
we tried to replace a number, you know, like say the vehicle was 828, and then we don't have an 828 for a while. And then we get another vehicle and we replace that plate. It's vehicle 828. Apparently that is a problem.
It is easier to assign it a new number.
It is easier because when Phyllis or somebody up here types in that vehicle number, she gets a history from 1931. It's hard to make a cutoff. So the one you just approved tonight will be vehicle 834.
Okay.
And we will be selling 825.
You'll be transferring it. But parked.
Yeah, however you say it. Thank you all very, very much. I appreciate it.
Item 6, recommendations to review zoning codes regarding sign permits.
We discussed this, I just prefer to have a specific motion since we have time for the next board, the next planning and zoning commission to have a recommendation come back from them, review zoning code regarding sign permits. I would give you a section, but the sign permit is mentioned in each of the residential zone, or each of the zoning districts, in addition to a separate section for signs. So I'm hoping that language by itself would be adequate. But then we actually have a motion because we're supposed to get zoning changes requested from the board.
Recommend it, to review the zoning code regarding sign permits. The zoning and planning.
I have a motion and a second to recommend the planning and zoning to review the zoning code regarding sign permits. All those in favor say aye.
That would be, okay.
Huh? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you were doing, I was interrupted the process.
It sounded like it passed.
Yeah, sorry. The meeting would be on Thursday, June 23rd. New business? Really quickly, there's no requirement that, as far as I can find, that changes to the subdivision regulations go through planning and zoning, but I think it would be a good idea. When we've had a couple of instances recently with, recently we had somebody who wants to join two lots. It is the way our law is written, it has language that sort of suggests that that's okay. I'd just like to improve the language in the subdivision regulations when it comes to lot splits and boundary changes. So I'm asking for a formal motion, to have the planning and zoning commission review that as well.
I make a motion that, the planning and zoning committee review the lot split boundary adjustment procedure.
A motion and a second that the planning and zoning review lot split and boundary adjustments. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion also carries. And that would be at the same meeting, possibly?
Yes, at the same meeting, yes, exactly.
I don't believe the mayor has any appointments. He didn't relay any to me, so item number 8 is done. Item number 9, as may arise. Nothing? I would entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion is second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. You may need a break.
Come back a couple hours.
Go right into this one.
Do it?
Go right into this one.
Sure, absolutely. Go
All
right
right,
ahead.
we're gonna call the Public Works and Public Utilities Committee meeting to order. The attendance didn't change too much.
Nope. We consider attendance taken.
Item 2, comments from citizens. Don't see any citizens.
Thank you all.
Employees. We're gonna close comments from citizens. Item 3, Public Works. There's an activity report in the packet. Point any highlights to us?
Oh. Did you go out to the site for the sidewalk project? I didn't.
I was by there several times today. There was nothing going on there. Just trying to think of, I think we got on Acre Fest, that's all I can remember right now. That was pretty much it. We're helping the water department while Mike's out right now this week, trying to get the rest of the water main in out at Southwest Country, so.
Thank you all.
Any aldermen have any comments on the Public Works activity report? Move on to streets. B, subsection 1, sidewalk ramp update.
Just want to let you know that we had the pre-construction meeting took place in Jeff City with the contractor on May 23rd, I believe it was. And we anyway, they will be starting any day now. So they've got they listed June 6th as a potential start date. I did not get out there, so they apparently didn't get on site yet.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody around today.
But so any day now they should be showing up for to start that project. Yeah, May 24th. Excuse me. And that's basically it. It is all the hoops have been jumped through, all the processes. We just now need to get moving with the project. They feel confident that they can complete the school side of the project before the end of the summer. I guess they picked up more work, and my impression from that meeting was getting the whole thing done by the start of school. It may not happen, but definitely by.
Are there any penalties in there for?
I thought you said there was penalties.
There are penalties, but the penalties wouldn't kick in. I think we gave them like 120 days, so they would be outside of school starting, but but it would be, there would be penalties if they exceed that date. I'll get you the exact date when they have fish, but we'd also got, hope to get started a week or two sooner, but.
Is that it on that?
That's it on that.
Sanitation, test run to Love's transfer station.
We did, last week, we took all our trash over to Dane's transfer station on the other side of Mexico, just a trial run to try somebody else out since Columbia has been going up several times over here the last 5 years. And worked out really well, the guys liked it, we're backing out on concrete, it's no issues with running over old trash or tire nails, and so it worked out really well. Time frame was almost exact, so the only difference is he closes a little earlier, so we may have to shuffle trucks every now and then instead of just dumping it that day. We have to dump it the next morning and shuffle trucks back and forth, which wouldn't be a big deal, so just something that we might want to look at in the future, bidding it out or just trying something else.
How did the cost compare?
He gave us a little bit better rate than Columbia, and he would say that's probably what I'd do if I bid it out.
The Columbia really doesn't have much flexibility when it comes to setting up prices, it's a municipal operation, but the
This-
private sector does.
And it was nice. I mean, we just said we were back inside a building on concrete. It was clean. We're not running on top of trash.
Right.
We're in and out. It's not busy that time of day when we're there. Most of his business is early in the morning, involves everybody else. So
Where does it go from there?
he hauls it up towards Bowling Green.
How does it haul it? Just from there?
Semis. He's got big old trailers on semis. He loads 2 of them and they pull 2 of them up once up there.
Yeah, push it off, there's a tipping room floor, it's a big concrete slab. You push it, you just push it into an open top trailer, target.
And he's just got a loader, they load it, they can smash it with their loader, pack it in there good.
They pack it tighter than.
Oh, probably.
Tighter,
Yeah, I mean, they pack it pretty good, but I mean, it's working for them. I mean, they've been using that operation for years, so he does about 5 semi-loads a day.
2005, I think that was built.
Yeah, probably right in that area. But it's, I'm saying it's another option. I think, tire-wise and stuff, it might save us if it worked out. Because we're backing on top of trash down there.
Right.
What would that do to our plastics and our recycling?
It wouldn't change that.
We would still take that.
We'd have to still take it, yeah, he doesn't do that. Yeah, we would still take all that down there.
The city of Columbia, likewise, that they don't give us a break on volume of trash, don't give us a break or any special treatment, really, when it comes to this. We get the going rate for the recyclables there too.
So, but they'll take all recyclables regardless of whether we take the trash.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the same rate.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
that's
still
that
get
is
charged
the,
for it, right?
we get charged for the mixed plastic. The
Right.
sorted items are free
Yeah,
to drop off.
so we're paying them maybe $20 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've gone from 300 to 20.
We sent the last check to Ryan last week.
And so how much cheaper was this over here, you said?
He was about $4 a ton cheaper, I think.
And that's we would have to, if we, what this did was it proved concept that we could do it. It is not, if we wanted to go out for bids, this works.
Okay.
It was like right at an hour, I think, to turn around.
And the next nearest place to dump it is Macon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other one that would be plausible to make a bid would be Macon.
And that's probably not real feasible.
That's further, yes.
Yeah.
We've talked about making a drive up there if there's something else we can do along the way, but
Yeah.
I looked at it, I think it's like 52 minutes one way.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
Then how long you're tied up at the landfill?
And I'm not familiar with that landfill. I don't know if I've been into it.
I'm not either, I'm familiar with.
So I would say you're probably looking at 2.5 hour round trip.
But yes, as long as it's all concrete, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with that.
So,
That doesn't work out there.
but it worked out quite well, and, you know, the guys liked it, so, I mean, it's just something that we might wanna consider in the future. We wanna bid it out and look at something else.
How many tons a month do we dump?
We figured average 50 ton a week.
Yeah,
50 ton a week?
yeah, but
Yeah.
I think last year was slightly over 2,400 tons.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's about,
I think we probably average, throughout the year, about 10, at least 10 ton a day.
So I could potentially save $800 a month.
You could potentially save more than that if, you know, tires and everything.
Yeah,
Because you're literally backing on top of the trash somebody else dumped.
yeah, I
Yeah.
realize that.
I don't know how, if we took our trash to Love's transfer station, it's a minor consideration, but their trash is hauled to Bowling Green, and the portion of the solid waste management district's grant funds that come from tipping fees are collected based on where it goes to a landfill, not a transfer station. Ergo, there would be slightly less money available to the solid waste management district. Of course, the last time we got a grant from the solid waste management district, I think, was 1993. So, but that is, it does. We are taking money out of our district's solid waste management fund. But this is
The difference might be worth it.
I don't know, there's some small haulers.
Does Dane's haul the load?
Well, that's what Dale is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dane is the son of the Love.
Love is,
Robert
that's kind of his dad's side. The dad that takes care of the hauling, and he takes care of all the trash, but all of their trash goes there. From Hallsville, Mexico, everything that way, unless they are close to Bowling Green and landfill. Everything comes back to there. Plus some of the small haulers that just have one truck that do some small routes out in the country. He's got a few of those.
I mean, it's economical for them because they take large trucks to the landfill.
Yeah.
And then they don't have to worry about all the small trucks having to make those runs.
Yeah.
Any other discussion on that? Moving on, item 2, additional charges for residential service.
We, couple things. Today was the day that we would start handing out the notice that there would be an additional charge. I don't know if you guys had it.
They didn't say any of that when I talked to them after lunch, so
Okay.
I hadn't seen any big piles anywhere.
Okay. And so we kind of worked through a process we think will work. Basically, they'll put a sticker on it or a sign on it saying, we think this should be charged more, and then the final decision would be made in City Hall. Of course, if somebody wants to call ahead, if they know they're cleaning out an apartment building, or, you know, one another reason, sometimes people, like a loved one will pass away and you gotta clean out their house. So there are legitimate reasons there are a lot of legitimate reasons to clean your house in excess of the one time a year loaner dumpster for a week, that you need to get extra trash service, and that's why we're making this available. So that, you know, that you can call ahead and get that service. Likewise with bulky items where we have to stop and make a special arrangement to take that in. $5 is pretty cheap compared to other cities. I did talk to Department of Natural Resources, and and I'm going to send them an email requesting the idea about having a drop-off station. Talked a little bit about this with Phil. It's plausible that we could have some sort of container out of the landfill that we'd staff during the times when we were doing compost collection anyway. We could keep an eye on it. Then, you know, the gates are locked. So we could keep it relatively, you know, free of just open dumping, and make sure that we keep anything illegal out of there, like yard waste, tires, appliances, that kind of thing. However, that's not entirely, DNR has not said whether or not that would be legal. We can't set up our own little transfer station, essentially. And the way they define that is pretty strict. So, but you can have convenience stations. So I'm gonna write them an email and describe what it is we'd like to do. That would provide for the $17.25, there would be an outlet at any time to get rid of the additional stuff with no additional charge if you're willing to take it out, just like on the spring cleanup week. That's all I got.
Okay. Any other comments on it? Storm sewer.
We're hopefully be starting installing some there on Ivy Lane here pretty soon. Got about 450 feet to put in over there in front of those new houses.
What will that look like? Just culvert or?
We're gonna put in, it's all be all plastic storm sewer, and then we'll have inlets in between every house.
Oh, it's not gonna have dates through there.
No, yeah, just in front of the new houses.
That road paved?
No,
That's,
no.
there's our, one of the two gravel roads
Yeah.
up there.
1 of 3.
Three, what's the other one?
Randolph,
Oh, that's right, Randolph.
Randolph, Kimball, 4, Red Kimball, South Columbia, Maggie. Half of Fountain Street if you want to get technical.
Well, yeah.
All right, any other from Public Works?
Nope.
We spray, when we spray it,
I am waiting to hear back from him. I called him, Matt and I talked about that. I called him probably first part of the month, and I'm sure the rains have held him off and got him backed up, but I have not heard back from him. I will contact him again and see if I can find out.
Dust hasn't been too big a problem so far, but my guess is that's gonna change.
a lot of complaints on Columbia Street.
It depends on how close you are to it.
Yeah.
We've had Columbia and Central.
You got spray beet use?
Because I grabbed some.
Tuesday.
That's,
Tuesday.
Andrea says it's mostly her fault for how
I
fast
got
she
it.
drives. I'll make sure that was.
But yeah, it's on the schedule. I'm just waiting to
We're
hear
working
back.
on a different way for you to get down there. Down there.
We won't do Ivy though this year since it's still tore up, and if he happens to show up before we're done with the storm sewer, we just
Yeah.
destroy it. So that one probably won't get done unless we want to do it later on.
Is that all other? Moving on to the electric department. Activity report is in the packet. Point out any highlights?
No real highlights.
All
Anchor Fest went pretty smooth, really, as far as the electric was concerned.
right. Did you wear your tie-dye shirt?
I did, absolutely. Official uniform.
You may have any comments on the activity report,
Question here.
questions? Moving on to item B, generation and purchase. Purchase of capacity for June 1st, 2017, May 31st, 2020.
I'll just make it, I thought I might have heard more since last time. Mark and I sat in on a phone call with Bob Harbor and the other cities, and can we say we were more confused when we got done than we started? Would that be,
Well, yeah, probably, I mean, a little less and more.
yeah.
And
So we have a bid that they're working towards a contract with a vendor, and it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's, well, since we're still in the bid process, I'm reluctant to give too many details. It's slightly higher than what we sold our capacity at, which is at auction this time. And that would be for those 3 years where we were buying the energy, June 1, 2017 to May 31, 2020. The company that wants to sell it to us owns the capacity in Indiana, which is MISO Zone 6. We live in MISO Zone 5, and Illinois is Zone 4, and our capacity, anyway, so even, we could execute the contract, but that wouldn't give us, we have to have actually capacity in our own area. power we've purchased up to this point had capacity included in it, and the price of the capacity was, pennies or quarters maybe. So we would be buying a hedge, basically. And we would have to either find somebody who wants to sell capacity in Zone 5, as of yet we have found no one, or we'd have to go out to auction. And then there's.
And that's only though, like, this year, it wouldn't really affect us.
Right. None of this affects us till
It's
June.
next spring when there's another auction.
Right.
Then, if there is capacity available in our zone, and we bought it for 3 years from another zone, we have to, you have to purchase in your, if it's available, then you have to purchase it in your zone.
Right.
And so, but then we've already purchased this in the other zone, but we can put it on the market at the same time, and it's just,
Yeah.
and. I
So
don't
you
know
can
if
end
that-
up with a lot of capacity.
You could end up with more capacity. There's a
And that would be, I
possibility.
guess, the worst case scenario is that you end up with more capacity than you need.
We could sell
And if you, for some reason, couldn't get it sold,
Yeah.
then you would just have to,
Well, it's
You
a lot
just
to
have to
sell.
eat it.
The question is,
It'd be
what
good.
price?
well, that's true, it would likely sell, but right, then if it ends up selling way low because just the.
it. But you don't wanna end up with no capacity.
Right.
Then the lights go.
Right,
Right.
yeah,
That's a problem.
yes.
Well, then you gotta go buy it somewhere at whatever they're willing to sell it to you for, so.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, the rules are, and they seem to change all the time, too.
Right.
So would that happen every year though, then we have to?
This would be a 3-year purchase, and then we'll see again.
Right,
So-
in 2017, that could be a problem, and then, or I guess actually it's 2018, 19, and 20, so.
So that's when you start getting into the 2021, the next time around 2020 and beyond, where, it isn't quite as nutty to look at having a half a megawatt or megawatt of solar that we own or something like that, or something, or buying into some other. The 2 megawatts that we have of Prairie State, the capacity is looking as good as, is looking better than the energy these days. So, and Mark and I were just kind of kidding around when I was joking when I said, well, let's go buy a jet turbine, and Bob Harbour said, well, it may not be the craziest idea you have. We're not in the market right now, but if you have, we're gonna spend, if the capacity purchase we have negotiated goes through, and everything else works out at the price they're quoting us, which is over $1 less per kilowatt per kilowatt month than we were offered by in the deal that Dynergy offered, where they were linked. You had to buy them together, so it's a pretty good price. Yeah, we would spend. I'm trying to make sure I get this right. I think it's $300,000 a year on capacity, which is much more than we're spending now. Actually it wouldn't be that much, because our 2 megawatts of Prairie State knocks out 20% of that. But,
So if we're looking at alternate energy sources, we thought about drilling into the old landfill and throwing methane out.
I think the last time we looked at it, we didn't have enough gas to make it worth it, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
So maybe the answer is just blowing in the wind.
Well, I guess also as part
Let's
of
not
that,
release it into the atmosphere and cause more global warming.
Well, definitely.
it burns clean. But,
Don't get
I
us
guess I
started.
should point out, though, actually, that the auction would affect all 3 years of this contract, though,
Yeah,
because this contract is,
that's true.
Is it a 1-year contract? or
well, it's a 3-year contract,
Right.
but it doesn't start till, what you said,
June
June 1 of
17.
2017.
Yeah, it would coincide with our next era contract for energy. But each year, I guess, we'd be exposed in the market.
Because of the fact that it's outside of our zone?
Yes.
Yes, yes, exactly. You did a good job.
You did.
Well, I have to admit, this is the second time I've heard this story, and it's
Still not, still.
It's not exactly, it's not clear as mud, huh?
sinking in.
But the energy price though that we have already locked in, now how does that compare to where then when you put the two together? Because right now, we're simply paying, are we to the point where we're paying, have we bought capacity?
Capacity came along with our purchase from Ameren, Dynergy, IPM, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, it was all rolled into one in the contract we're in right now.
Right, and we sold our Prairie State capacity this year for 40,000-ish, something like that, 36, something, I can't remember.
Somebody in our zone, did we sell in our zone?
We put it in the market, so I don't know. We will be getting a check from the city of Hannibal for that. So, anyway. So we sold that at auction, and we made more than we did for this existing year, where we sold it for 22, something like that, 24. So we're making a little money on the capacity that we own in Prairie State that we don't need, because we have kept the capacity along with energy, our contract that runs to May 31, 2017.
So the Prairie State is basically a hedge at this point.
Yeah, actually, the owning the capacity is the first place that's paying off.
Okay.
So far, it just hasn't been, I guess, economical to actually use it ourselves. We've entered into full requirements contracts ever since we've owned part of Prairie State, because that's just been the best deal. If I understand correctly, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's pretty much the way the bids have gone over the last, really since 2000. But of course, that didn't come online until 2012, but anyway. So,
How much time do we have before we have to make a decision?
On the capacity?
The capacity, 2017 of June, or when do you have to?
Well, yeah, in the worst case scenario, yeah. Yeah, I mean.
And then that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah, we're not,
So by the end of this year, we probably should be locked in somewhere?
see, it's a ever-changing market, so it just, you're trying to guess when it's gonna hit the bottom.
Or, you know, if it slips up.
And so, if you could get it at that point, and then it went up from there, then you would look great. But you could also buy it today, and then a week from now, it'll be lower, and you're like, why didn't I wait a week?
I think the capacity is the price of capacity with plants shutting down is more likely to keep going up. I think that's, so we get the price that we have, the bid, I still think it's worth it, even though we've got this whole crazy, right now there isn't any capacity available in 5, so we'd be good. And we'd have reasonably affordable, and in the last auction, 4, 5, and 6, and all the other northern parts of MISO sold the same, $2.19. And this price is slightly higher than that, but not a lot higher. So, but, our energy costs, well, see, that's the thing, is the energy, whatever the capacity part of our 4159 that we are currently buying power from Dynergy, Ameren, whatever, right now they sell with Dynergy, but our energy cost for the next 3 years is $34.02. So, I mean, the capacity part of that is pretty small. So, it almost gets confusing.
Almost.
All right.
Has ever been thoroughly confused, or we need
Want
to
to talk
do some
transmission
more?
costs?
That's the next part.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Item 2 under generation and purchase, meeting reports.
The only reason I put that on there is just to note that Bunchmuck, Missouri Joint Municipal Utility, Electric Utility Cooperative Coalition? Commission. Agreed to purchase some, I can't remember exactly how much, energy out of yes, it's an official document that's at a price per kilowatt that is substantially less than we just bought from NextEra, from the Clean Line Energy project. The reason I bring that up, they are looking for customers in Missouri, so when they go to the Public Service Commission, they can say we are. And this is good for Centralia because one of the partners on that project is a little company we know as Hubble. And so that could mean if the Public Service Commission approves their application to become a utility, now that they have a customer, there could be jobs added a little bit north of here, a couple blocks north of here.
You put there, it's gonna burn it down though.
If they could get it approved, they would tie in, was that in Rawls County?
Yeah,
Uh,
close to Hannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, so where their plan before was just to pass right through Missouri. And that's why they had a lot of opposition, you probably well know, but they are going to tie into the regular AC grid in Missouri. So customers in Missouri could actually use the power coming from the wind turbines over the DC line. And as I said, Mudgmug said, yeah, well, it was hundreds of megawatts.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 200.
That's what that number is.
Got you to grab that.
I mean, it was a fairly significant load that
But
they
they're
were
looking
to
to sell, I
purchase.
think, 520 in Missouri.
They need to, or?
I think they were looking to sell as much as 500.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's a good chunk of what they're looking to get. And that's all I had for that.
C, distribution, item 1, accepting bids for generator testing.
We did, Mark and I did try and, actually Nathan and I did try and see if we could get a lower price.
He never responded. They were calling back.
No,
so-
well, from a cooperative bid with the Mid-Missouri Regional Planning Commission, but what we're purchasing and what they're purchasing are not exactly the same thing. So anyway, I just want you to know that although we have one bid from the one company that's always done this and from whom we purchased 2 of these 3 generators, this is pretty competitive. What was the Missouri, Mid-Missouri Regional Planning Commission was slightly under $500, but it was just the 2-hour load test without all the other extras and stuff, so.
Oh, wow.
It was,
What's the load test part?
yeah, it's not broken out.
Oh, they didn't.
We actually called the company, asked for details on exactly what we're getting different in the full service, and that's the guy who hasn't responded yet. Hopefully,
But
I
we
can call
do
him
need
again
it.
tomorrow and try and.
Yeah, but I doubt we can. So we're asking that the committee approve up to $2,155.32 for the annual load test contract.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second to accept bid for generator testing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We have both of these, this bid and the one before are under $5,000, so committee approval is okay. I try to get that done, take as much off the recess meeting as possible.
Do you need me for anything else?
No, it's good.
Thank you all.
Item 2, LED streetlights.
You've got a bid tab there. We were just looking to possibly add LED lighting along the area where they're going to install the new sidewalks in front of the high school. As part of that project, there are 8 wooden poles there. I've got to double check and see exactly. I think it's about 5 of those poles do have street lights on them now. So I would think at the least we'd want to have a light on every one of those poles once everything's installed. But it would also be a good opportunity to upgrade them all to LED we had each one of those companies kind of do a little, I gave them the width of the road, sidewalks, where the sidewalks are located compared to the road. They recommended a 6-foot arm with a little higher wattage light. It's actually the same light. The one Wesco did the same light fixture that we put on South Columbia near CIS. And then Annexer has the same price, but it's actually a 161 watt unit. It's a little bit different style, but pretty much the light coverage though on each one is the same. So, and their price was with Annexer. They did an aluminum arm. I'm sure they probably could have done a steel arm too, but once I saw that was a 161 watt unit to get the same coverage as the 91 watt, you know, and the price of the actual light fixture is pretty much the same. So the Annexer does come with the photo light. So, but I think kind of combination of sticking with the same one that I think, at least I'm happy with it. I don't know if everyone else has had a chance to look at it. So if, I mean, it would be in your all's wishes to go ahead and upgrade the lighting as the sidewalks were installed, this would be, I'd recommend going with Wesco on this. We can install 8 new arms and lights on there as part of the project.
This was a request of some of the neighbors during to increase and improve the lighting along that stretch. And as part of the budgeted price, we budgeted $5,000 for this project and lighting along the trail. So there is money in the budget for this improved lighting. Anyway, so that's, we don't have to do it, but this would be another opportunity to do another test on LED lighting. At that point, then we would, I wouldn't go too much farther, and then we could assess doing a blanket purchase, but get a feel. This would give us another setting, a high traffic area, get some feedback from the community and see if they like it. So that's hence this recommendation. And you are recommending we go for Wesco, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I'll make a motion to accept the Wesco bid for $2,954.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the Wesco bid. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
I put in their downtown update. I don't know how far you guys have gotten with that.
We've only managed to get 2 swapped out so far, right in front of Martinsburg Bank. So sometime if you're out and about after dark, we'll continue to work our way north from there and replace all those. Starting there, we'll go all the way to Railroad Street, 26 of them total. So we'll try that out and see how that goes. I think it'll look all right, and it will definitely.
When will that be done, you think? When, so we can see the difference? Next week?
I don't know if I can guarantee that, but if you'd like it done by next week.
Into the summer.
Yeah. But hopefully, we can work it in the next 30 days or so, just kind of here and there. So with everything else, because it's really getting with Southwest Country and some other things coming. We're pretty busy just doing regular distribution work, swap out street lights, but we do want to get them in. So
This is kind of a tangent, if I may.
sure.
You missed the trail.
Yeah.
Maybe the 2 of you guys could show them I guess I could show you the PowerPoint slide, or Mark did all the research. I don't know if there's a chance for you guys to get together at some point to go over that, because you were the principal researcher for it. So that was my tangent.
Yeah, just have to get with you sometime and show you what it kind of found, different ideas, I guess, that we could do down there.
That wraps water and sewer. Another activity, I guess.
Mike is not here because
How is Mike?
he is doing better. I saw him
I
today.
seen him this morning, he come in and helped me get lined out so I could help his guys with this water main out on Lois Lane, so he's doing good, just can't lift anything or do a whole lot right now. Do
Lowe's Drive.
a little stuff.
It's not Lowe's Lane, it's Lowe's Drive.
Lois Lane, Lois, all right, you see him
Yeah,
said so
it's
much,
my
I
fault,
stuck
it's
in my
my
head.
fault.
When I order signs, it's gonna end up Lois Lane, if you ain't careful. It's gonna be Clark Kent and Lois Lane out there.
Don't do that, I was told that we could not put Lois Lane on there.
It's been joked so much, it's gonna end up Clark Kent and Lois Lane.
Some kid named Jacob out there is gonna be very upset.
All right, so that's good about Mike. Anybody have a comment on the activity report? Nope. Does anybody know anything about water sewer for the water and sewer department?
We're continuing to try and get the details worked out on the aerator installation.
It's on the water side, we're working with them, trying to get the rest of the water main in out there.
There's a question.
On Lois Lane?
Yeah, Lois Lane.
He's presiding.
Is there some sort of sewer problem around the Switzerland Jefferson Street intersection? I had somebody come in and ask.
Don't, there's a stink out there.
There is a stink there.
There's a stink there.
There has
Why is there
been,
a stink out there?
Manhole right by the corner of.
there was a
That was a grease blockage?
grease block.
Yes.
They have cleaned it and, I hope it doesn't still stink, but there was a backup in the line. As to the best of my knowledge, no property damage to any individual property owners.
Thank you.
As of last night, it still stunk.
This last night, what?
It still stunk last night,
Okay. You sure that wasn't incorrect?
I'm sure.
I thought I was picking up something like that around here.
Where were you, Melanie?
Singleton.
Right there at Singleton and Switzerland, or Jefferson and Switzerland.
I will mention that to the school.
So I can let them know when you want to see them. They can take a look at it.
Stinky Switzerland and Jefferson.
DDC was starting to get a little ripe the other day.
I'm sure it was.
Is there any other under other?
Other than this.
Is any other have another? As mayorized? Huh? Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You can stay here.